Conway
Genius.
won Rookie of the Year in 2010. Second place was Terry Cook.
Dude, Terry Cook has so much more talent than Kevin Conway does, so that's even more sad.
Right, but they were both running just piece of shit vehicles. Terry Cook ran 3 races in 2010.
Man, you would
He
think he won
DNQ'd
every
for like 10
race.
more. Kevin Conway wasn't much better.
We laugh, but that was a very sad time in NASCAR.
Yes. Kevin Conway had one finish inside the top 30. 3 finishes, sorry. Had a bunch of starts. And Stephen Light, Josh Wise, Timmy Hill, and House, Danica, Timmy Hill again.
He won Rookie of the Year twice.
No, I'm just reading the Rookie of the Year and then who their competition was.
Oh.
14 was Kyle Larson,
Timmy Hill
Austin
every
Dillon.
year.
Trevor Bayne was eligible 3 years because he kept running part time. He was involved. I don't know what the classification is. And 16 was Chase Elliott, Chris Buescher, and Ryan Blaney. That's respectable. 17, Eric Jones, Daniel Suarez. Yeah, I think this year is definitely one of the better rookie classes we've had in a while. Brett Moffitt winning in 2015 is hilarious. That dude's career went backwards. He started in Cup and worked his way down.
I don't look at it that way. He got that ride just kind of out of sheer default, and he's really getting better now. He's been good the last few years, and he might get one again in the next few years.
Problem is he's 27. Everybody wants people in their teens to, oh, you're 12? Come on out and run Cup.
Him and Ross Chastain are kind of different, though.
Yeah.
I think they have a shot, because 27's not that old.
No.
And there's
But
so few guys or names out there that I don't see why they couldn't get a shot. But they're going to try to get a good ride. They're not just going to settle with the crappy teams in the back.
right.
They already know what it's like. They're not going to do that again.
Wow, the Redskins fired director of player personnel and assistant director. No reason was given and the team declined to comment.
I think the reason has something to do with the record.
Yeah. was it that Ben Gear is still racing?
Because he's in the top 20 in points, and I've made it a rule to not take
Oh, that the
anyone
top 20
out.
in points are invincible. Pretty
Well,
sure Dale was in the top 20 in points.
he was 13th after that race. But you know what I
He,
mean. I don't want to taint the season by, like, let's say Tim has the same accident. Am I going to take him out for 6 weeks?
there should be like a damage threshold or something where if they go over it, they gotta sit out.
The problem with the damage threshold is that if you hit a tire barrier, you're automatically 9,000 plus. And that's just from hitting a tire barrier, which gives the same damage as flipping 50 times.
Uh,
So Dan had a really bad start to the season, wasn't in the top 20. So we followed that storyline. So we're going to keep Ben in there. Now, if he has a second bad wreck, we're going to take him out for the season.
I mean, that's totally possible. We've had a lot of large incidents.
It's weird. Last year we only had really one that was that big. Now we had mine at Darlington. We had Dan at Talladega, and then this one. So we'll see what happens. See if there's a fourth, maybe another Forest Grove Lime Rock incident.
Tim just flies off the track and hits like the void in the world and goes flying across into space.
How do I defend that one?
Right.
You're back.
You see, Tim was wearing this a Super Hans device. Yes. And his roll cage was made of solid steel instead of steel tubing. So it's stronger. I mean, his car weighed 4,800 pounds, but... See, Tim had the escape hatch, and he rocketed out of the top of the car just in time before he made his impact.
We're going to have to crop that Dale Earnhardt picture you had, but put yellow on it, and have him floating in the sky.
We need a screenshot of Tim's car like jumping in the air or something, and we'll Photoshop an image of a fighter pilot ejecting out.
Oh, Lord almighty.
Tim miraculously unhurt. Driving around turn 4 at Charlotte, it malfunctions. And Tim is shot out of the race car.
Dude, I hope you get a win soon.
Yeah. I think at least we're making good pace to get in the playoff.
You're doing what Jimmy Johnson needs to do.
Right, finish 8th every week.
Yes. Or if you don't
At least
finish
top 15.
8th, finish 18th.
Instead of running 3rd and then dying and then finishing 21st or something.
Right. Well, you can finish like 16th, 17th and still be in the top, like 12 in points. It's weird. It's very competitive.
Yes. How long were your shootout series races?
It's a good
Weren't they like
question. I think there were
10% races?
10%, yeah.
And then cautions were off and one was for career stats?
Correct. I'm thinking about doing that for NSRA.
Yeah. Thinking about maybe just doing that, not even counting points. Something to
Just to do it.
mess around with. Yeah. I don't know. Well, we're um, JB's not hosting, and he, I don't know when he was planning to inform me of this, but I had to ask him if he was, and he said, "No, I'm not running, and I'm not even going to host." I'm like, okay, which I'm not mad at him for. I'm just mad that he waited until after I go and ask people what we want to do next season to tell me that. I wish he would have just been a little more upfront with that, but whatever. Like I said, I'm not mad at him for not running. I'm just wish he would have been more upfront about that. But anyway, so I'm going to host Tuesday, and my internet's been pretty much under control for the last week, and we'll just see where it goes. We're not doing anything official Tuesday. I just picked 3 tracks that the trucks ran their winter heats at. They were going to run these 3 races. They're going to be like 20 laps each, and basically just a server test, but test of maybe formats as well. I think shorter races are better with smaller crowds too. You just fire off and go. There's not like that, ride around.
I think that'll be fun, just to be real quick with it.
Yeah, because I mean it's still fun to race. I think it's just these.
But I would do
Well,
fixed setups if you do that, because I don't want to. Nobody wants to make setups for 3 races.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean Tuesday will be open set, but we've already run those tracks, so I'm not worried about it. And then once we get to that domino, I'll see what we want to do. But I think it could be fun just to get on here and run a couple races in like an hour and then call it a night. Not this get on at 8 and run 20 minutes of practice and then another 20 minutes of practice and then race 1 starts at 9 and race 2 ends up starting at like 10 and then we're on here till it just kind of. I was going to shorten the races anyway, but I think shortening them even further, especially if we had a third, would be beneficial to people's fun factor, I think.
Just do one after the other. Don't worry about the time.
Well, yeah, I mean, we'd obviously like have like a 5-minute break in between or something, but yeah, give everybody a chance to chill for a minute. Because the shootout series did lotto queue all the way through, right?
Yes. I think we qualified for the career stats race towards the end, but I could be wrong.
Well, you track polls, so that would make sense.
Oh, I did?
Well, the career stats in NRL, didn't they track polls? That's something only I did.
I don't think so.
Plus, I think the idea of calling it the Super Truck Shootout sounds kind of fun. Just sounds exciting. Like we'll grip hack all the tracks too and run PTA physics. We'll do like 12-second laps around Bristol. Or better yet, we'll just call it the Talladega Truck Series and run Talladega 10 times.
No. Just once, if at all.
Speedway Cup. But yeah, I think I like you. Well, shootouts were open sets, weren't they? But you guys have been running N4 for 50 years, so setups really weren't a hard thing to come by.
No, if you needed a setup, just ask somebody. Then you had the setup pack and the downloads that I tried, and they weren't very good.
That's kind of what I tried to share with my setup guide. But forum topic like, hey, here's these baseline setups. There's something in here that will be good for you, and here's how to adjust on it.
As opposed to running 2000 spring on the right front at Martinsville.
Hey, you got to have that stability going on into the corner.
Well, maybe in 1952.
Man, he's dominating the corner so rough. He's going up to the wall. I just picture Rob running that. My tires are smoking, Zach. Like, quit turning the wheel so far.
I
That's a
can't
true
help it.
story. It's a true story, by the way. We run an IRP, and he's like, my tires are smoking. I'm like, how far are you turning the wheel? And he's like, we did the whole, clock thing. It's like, well, the right hand's on 3 o'clock when I'm going down the straightaway. And I said, well, how far is it over when you're in the corner? And he said, oh, about noon. I'm like, no,
Oh my god.
just don't turn the wheel as far.
He's trying to
Slow is
drive it
fast.
like it's a real car.
Trying to drive it like it's Kansas. Can't do 130 through the corners at IRB. But yeah, I think that'd be worth trying. I think based on my polls that I sent out, there's enough interest there that people still want to race something. It's just a couple people that have said more than just that, or I've talked to, or based on my implied reasoning for their answers, that uh, they just don't like the competition or feel like the competition kind of outweighed the racing. Which I think is a fair point. I think it's kind of like what you said. It's just us running against each other, and we end up kind of not having as much leeway as if we were running with each other. You know what I mean?
It's better to have fun than to not have fun.
Yeah.
Or it's more fun to race and beat people we don't know than to beat each other.
Well, I think some of it might be with the race settings too, making it a more relaxed environment. Like you said, fixed setups or shorter races, just something where people can just get in and run and not have to really worry about stuff. Or running moderate instead of realistic damage. So, oh, I spun out, my whole night's over because they cut the whole back end of the truck off.
Right.
And Kevin made a good point too. Surprisingly, Kevin making a good point. If he wanted to run hardcore racing, he'd go do iRacing, which in today's world is kind of is accurate because 2003 is not. It's not realistic really at all anymore. It's more realistic than NASCAR Heat, but for
Well, it's not
2020,
even.
it's
Let's not say that 2003 is not realistic. I would say it's very, very advanced compared to everything else but iRacing.
yeah. But iRacing is so much further ahead. And the big thing is the online too, because online and iRacing, I actually feel like I can race people. In 2003, it's just really hard to be close to somebody and trust that I'm not gonna warp into them or they're gonna warp into me, or you can't touch anybody. In iRacing, you could slam into somebody and to an extent, and they'd be all right. But in 2003, like you touch somebody and they'll blow all four tires and go flipping down the front stretch. And four, you touch somebody and they just disconnect from the server.
Oh, that's not even an exaggeration.
Right. Those were the days. Yes, bump drafting in the corner. Be a rule. Don't bump draft in the corner. Who do you have in F1 fantasy?
I
Who's
don't.
the what's its?
I have no idea. I think it's two guys in the top 10, but it's like the lower top 10. I don't have Leclerc or Vettel. It's like,
Yeah, you do.
oh, I have both of them.
Yeah, Vettel and Ricardo.
Oh, okay.
They finished
Not too good.
20th and 8th.
20th is really bad.
Vettel,
That's last.
I didn't watch the race, but it just says Vettel finished 20th and had rear wing damage, and then Leclerc finished 19th from crash damage.
Was that today?
Yeah.
Oh, dear God.
Where if there's highlights we can watch. Yes. Would you like to watch a 6-minute highlight video?
Yes.
Okay. I promise you, this is not the race from last week. Ready when you are.
It's the first ever Styrian Grand Prix. It's lights out, away we go. Hamilton and Verstappen get away well. Sainz is already closing up on Verstappen. Bottas on his own in fourth
Hamilton's
place.
leading.
Hamilton
That makes
leads into
sense.
turn one. Sainz goes through and off the track.
Did you start already?
Verstappen comes
Oh,
back on behind the Red Bull.
Sorry.
I said I'm ready when you are.
Oh,
Go back.
All right, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay.
That kind of took that into my own hands there.
There we go. Yes, Hamilton in the lead.
Sainz is already closing
Yay.
up on Verstappen. Bottas on his own in fourth place. Hamilton leads into turn one.
No.
Sainz goes through and off the track ahead of Verstappen. Comes back on behind the Red Bull. Bottas in fourth. And now Alex Albon and Esteban Ocon are getting quite keen with each other as well. It's Hamilton who leads them now up towards turn three. Under braking, Verstappen on the inside maintains second place. They're all keeping it.
Oh my
Oh.
God. Yeah.
Apart from the two Ferraris, Sebastian Vettel and Charles Leclerc.
Glad we cut away. Oh.
They're struggling in qualifying big time.
It may be a blessing that Vettel's leaving after the season at this rate.
It's got to be the team.
Yeah.
Oh, a three-place grid penalty for Charles Leclerc and big damage to the rear of that Ferrari.
Can we? Okay.
Pole hit this track last year. Let's just have a look, Martin, now on board with Charles Leclerc.
Oh. Why would you? Why?
And then comes to grief with his teammate.
Why would you make that move? What do you think's gonna happen?
Sebastian Vettel being wheeled into the garage, the first retirement of
Makes
the
me
race.
wonder if he had control.
They'll have the debrief at Ferrari.
Because he was on the brakes
Some of the
before
damage on
everyone
Charles
else, it
Leclerc's
seemed
car.
like.
Bad D for Ferrari.
Just went in a lot deeper.
Yeah.
Much better exit
Oh.
he did out of turn three. Here he goes on Esteban Ocon, could get the job done before turn four, and this time he does. That's about 3 laps too late, I think, for the Aussie, who felt he was being held up a bit by his teammate at Renault, but now he's got the chance to prove that he's the faster of the two yellow and black cars, because he's ahead of Esteban Ocon and up into 6th place. Medium tyres, Martin, going on.
Right now, they've got to do something different to Mercedes.
Like rubber tires to me.
It was like a 0.7-second pit stop.
You know, have got him
Yeah, I think the record's like a 1.8 or something like that.
So let's see what Valtteri Bottas
Ready?
has done here. The offset
Go.
squad, over 10 laps to Max Verstappen. 10 laps
Get away.
tyres than the Red Bull driver. You're
2
right,
points,
Bottas
man.
has
That's
the number.
shitty. 2.3.
So we're taking what's that P2?
Well, they don't have to refuel, so
Is now coming,
and they have a
Well.
tire changer for each wheel,
which way is he gonna
That's
go?
still really
He's gonna go
fast.
to the left as Carlos
and they have a
Sainz.
single
He's
lug.
gonna go around the outside. Perez fends him off.
Yeah, Sergio Perez left the door wide open there, didn't he? Last week, 3 times. He wasn't going to make the same mistake, but Sainz with the DRS down the outside.
Oh,
That's
oh,
helped
don't do it.
recover some of that pit stop problem.
Okay,
with
do it.
track position for Sainz over Perez. That's an
Oh,
important
look here,
move.
he's coming back again, though. He might try around the outside of turn 5.
Oh.
You know, and he does, Sergio Perez.
Clean
Nice
racing.
move indeed. He has DRS advantage. He's going wheel to wheel with Max Verstappen, who's making him go all the way around the outside at turn 3. Bottas, though, gets better traction.
Comes the DRS.
That corner, and he's got DRS once again. And is this where Bottas makes his move? And it's a Mercedes 1-2 then at the moment. Verstappen going back, going the long way around the outside, and they're still going wheel to wheel.
Be careful.
Bottas thought he got the move done. Verstappen's having none of it. Bottas might have to
Wow.
get here, and he does. Mercedes 1-2 to Mercedes 1-3 now, and Max might not have much at his disposal, but what he does have, he's used to great effect.
Brilliant.
Because it's a short lap here, battle resumes.
Down to the Haas cars in 13th and
Bottas is gonna
14th.
have to go round the outside again. Verstappen making no secret of where he wants to send Valtteri Bottas as they head towards turn 4. Can the Finn get it done this time?
I like these
around?
tracks
Martin
with
Brundle
longer
is en
straightaways.
route to the
Makes it a
podium
lot
now
easier to
interview
pass.
the drivers.
Yes.
By the time he gets there, well, Bottas might still be in
And some of it is there's more DRS zones, so you can just drop the rear wing and go.
Verstappen has had to yield. It's Hamilton from Bottas from Verstappen.
Maybe NASCAR needs something like that.
Now Sergio
Oh!
Perez having a go.
Oh!
Oh my lord!
Holy
That
shit.
very nearly ended in total disaster for Alex Albon, but Perez has got damage.
That's the end of his
to
race.
front wing. We're on the final lap.
No,
Oh!
Whoa! Daniel Ricciardo.
Dive bomb!
Watch out! There's
Oh my
Lando
God.
Norris
Oh.
there. Which way's Norris going to go? Because he's in a
Pump
position
draft.
to take Daniel Ricciardo.
Push.
And Lance Stroll
Oh.
gets past Ricciardo. Might go the long
Oh,
way
God.
round with Lance Stroll.
He's
He's
going
gonna
for
go
it.
the long way round with Lance Stroll.
Nice.
Wheel to wheel
Oh.
with Lance Stroll. He's almost onto the gravel, and somehow Stroll manages to hang on to 6th place. This has been a very comfortable
Yay.
Good job,
Yay.
Hamilton.
for Lewis Hamilton. He comes round the final corner to win the Styrian Grand Prix. And for Mercedes, a first 1-2 at this track since 2015. And there goes Lando Norris round the outside.
He's got good traction here, Crofty, as well. He's going to get the benefit of DRS. Norris could take this.
Oh boy.
Lando Norris on the last
got
lap. He got the fastest lap last week. He's got
Oh.
a place ahead of Lance Stroll this week, and he's up into 6th place. Sergio Perez. He
Oh.
might take 5th, but these three are gaining on him, and Perez is losing an awful lot of pace. There he is with that damaged
Oh, boy.
front wing. Norris.
He's still
might yet
5th.
take
Go, 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 go,
as
go,
he
go,
goes
go.
wide. Perez
Oh!
past the
Wait, what?
Racing Point. He's done 2 in the same lap. Perez
Oh.
ahead of Stroll, ahead
Pretty
of
wide.
Ricciardo
Something's wrong.
behind. Oh, it's a tight
Front wing's
finish.
destroyed.
It's a photo
Oh,
finish.
yeah.
Perez
That's the car that hit the other car a minute ago.
Sainz and
Front wing's
Kvyat
all, like-
complete the
He can
top
probably
Yeah.
go faster. He
Well,
just
it
doesn't want
wasn't
to
quite
chance
the
it.
hysteria that we had in Styria last week, but it was still a
Yay.
competitive race nonetheless.
I'm cool with it. That was a
Back-to-back
good race for
races
second
in
and
Austria.
5th.
Back-to-back successes for Mercedes. They lead the Constructors'
Yay.
Championship. 6 points clear of the Drivers' Championship, and we'll head to Budapest. for
Lando
more
Norris
in
is
7
third.
days' time.
What? So weird.
Want to watch extended highlights of the IndyCar race?
Sure.
16 minutes.
The second Road America.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, let me know when you're ready prior to pushing the play button.
What do we have today?
Alright, I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go!
Today,
Eh.
race 2 in the doubleheader, Road America, the Rev Grand Prix here at Road America, and Pato Awards
Oh.
launch. Super late start, and everybody
I saw something fly off of a car.
It looks like with Pagano in the 20
More stuff flying off.
Oh.
Oh!
Oh! More stuff flying off!
Cars flying off.
Looks like Rossi might have been involved as well, but this
Oh, not Rossi again.
really late start is
Oh.
Jack Harvey and
At Harvey.
Connor Daly had the incident right away.
Yesterday's race was really good. Oh!
Oh.
Right hole.
Oh.
Oh, he's having a good year, I think.
That's my other fantasy driver.
Thought it was going to be the rookies that were making
Him.
the mistakes, but we got vets out here making mistakes.
They ran yesterday, now they're confident, and they're making mistakes.
Strong races yesterday as the AMR safety team checks on Ryan Hunter-Reay. Let's look for.
Yeah, what happened on the start?
Where is that U.S. Air Force car? It's
high right here.
Yep, right there.
Yeah, it was just a real late, slow start, and guys,
Wow.
everybody was wanting to go at the back here, and the front wasn't going, Townsend, and they were just amped up and ready.
As you press the hill here at Road America, it's very difficult to see any further than about a couple of rows. I'm guessing that some guys on the radio might have been telling their drivers from pit lane, hey, green, 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 and then people checked up perhaps.
Didn't look like anyone checked up.
This is the view from Felix Rosenquist. Look up ahead at the yellow and red car.
Dixon and Hunter-Reay there.
Oh, Dixon got so lucky.
That's my other fantasy driver.
Dixon?
Yeah.
Oh, you must be kicking ass then.
Yes.
Are you Team Watermelons?
Yes.
Okay, I'm like, who is that? Green flag. Oh!
One watermelon, fresh from the manure fields, Your Highness.
Sporkiness.
Oh, yeah.
Squidward with the watermelon.
Oh.
Got a nice little gap on the straightaway, which is exactly what you need. As Dixon now is looking at the back of Palou.
I wonder how a watermelon grows underwater. Oh, boy. Oh!
Look at the top three.
It's disappointing to see kind of desperation moves like that
Yeah.
in the race. But I mean, that is what it is, and we're okay from the hit. I think everything.
Oh, no.
Oh, no.
From there. He's off the track there.
Oh, go! Oh,
Help.
he's fucked.
Difficult to keep up with everything that's going on here. Power.
Clean off the tires.
Do they have windshield tear-offs?
I don't think so.
Oh, no.
Gotta hook the starter up or something. Like,
If you stop, I think you should automatically lose a lap.
Yeah.
He's got some kind of issue as well, but right now there could be terminal damage with power. It looks like there's fluids on the side pod of the car and on the windscreen.
Damage there to the left front wing. Let's see what happened to Will Power. Turn 13.
Oh.
On his own.
we're already,
Bunny hopping his way. Now he's going to take out a rev sign.
Looked like PT in the early 90s there.
This is a sloppy. I mean, we haven't even done one full green lap.
They're similar to Rossi yesterday, but a lot more damage to the car.
Oh.
Very lucky escape for
That's why he
Hamilton,
got stuck.
but somehow
He
you
gassed
saw
it to get
damage
off
on
the
front
track.
wing, and then there's a lot of fluid
Smart
in there
move,
around the
Mr.
entry
Power.
of the side pod, Dave.
where you at in the video? Mine messed up. Like, froze or something.
Oh, I'm at 346.
Right, hang on.
Want me to go back?
Just stay at 346.
Okay.
Crash or something, I don't know. It's like my player stopped working. Alright, 346.
Yes.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1, go.
Okay. There we go, that's better. They kept talking and I'm like waiting for, like, I thought it was one of those like where the replays pause and then it'll start, and like they kept talking and nothing was happening.
No, that's what happened.
But it like stayed paused. They're like, oh, look at him bounce into the corner, and I'm like, okay.
And he's got the momentum. He's got the draft from the car in front. They'll go side
Ooh.
by side, and he clears them. Beautiful.
Dude, I keep thinking Colton Herta is Dalton. Like, it's the same
Why?
88, it's the
Oh,
same color scheme.
In just his third race. Here he is. He's finally in. Race leader. Led all 14 laps thus far, Dave.
And Lee, when I talked to Pato about yesterday's race, he came home 8th. He wasn't really pleased with that, and he felt one of the areas that they really needed to improve on was the pace that they could make with the primary tire. That's what's sitting in pit lane right now. The 30-pound front tire and wheel assemblies come off. The 40-pound front tire wheel assemblies go on the back. And now he heads down pit road.
Boy, that was a terrible F1 stop.
awful.
Palou is coming through the final.
You should be ashamed.
Ford should keep the lead.
I think he's well in the lead here.
Maybe that's what Haas should do. They should just ditch their F1 program and go run Indy cars.
Next
Got
car
a nice
should be
gap.
Palou. Ford lights
Be a lot cheaper.
Talk about opening laps. As
It
Max
would
Jones
make the IndyCar field more competitive. I think they do well in IndyCar.
Tony Stewart running full IndyCar schedule for Haas IndyCar team.
That would be interesting.
Odd.
I don't think it would go well if he did that.
He's talked about running the Indy 500 again someday, but I feel like that's just a lot of talk.
He's been out of the sport for too long. And when he left it, he wasn't doing spectacular.
Oh, he won a championship just because he wrecked out of all the races and won by half a point.
Oh, I'm talking about racing in general.
Oh.
Like NASCAR.
Yeah, I don't think he's done any kind of pavement racing in a while. I think he ran like the Little Indy 500 or something like that a couple years ago, but it's the last time I've ever seen anything major that he was in that was pavement.
What's that?
USAC, I think, sprint cars or something at IRP like the night before the Indy 500 or something like that.
Oh. Did he win?
No, but I think he was like third or something.
We'll see how that plays out, Dave, as the leader is coming towards you.
And Lee, this young man's story is so much more settled this year than it was last year. Contract issues and bouncing around between teams. He said that was one of the most unsettling years I've ever had. But now with Aaron McLaren SP, a good run today and a solid year so far for Pato.
Terrific stop for Award. Everything was clean, seamless. That's what you want, especially when you're.
So we have Pato and Sato.
Coming up the front straightaway.
Yes.
Sorry, Rosenquist. Rosenquist went one lap further, but it was a 4-second.
How come Scott Dixon's doing so bad in this race, but in the first race he won?
I think we're in the middle of like pit stops and stuff right now.
Yeah, but even before that, he wasn't up front.
Oh.
Oh
no!
Oh.
Tony Kanaan.
Outside front tire changer had an issue getting the nut off. Then the tire was late coming off, and they dropped the car without the nut. And
I don't know who half these people are. Who the hell's Kellett? Or VK?
Maybe Scott Dixon was doing well. I don't know. No, he didn't pit yet.
Hinchcliffe is a pit reporter now?
He has
what
been
kind of
for a
place is
while.
this? Oh. No. Oh.
It's alright.
Just
He
let
has
it
like
roll.
a 60-point lead in the points.
Just let him roll.
He's got it.
Both pit stops, and then not enough revs as he dropped the clutch, and it just stalled and fell on its face. I think this has changed the points. So now 40.
No, it hasn't.
It was up over 60.
60-point lead is now a 55-point lead. Oh.
Whoop-de-doo.
Whoop-de-hell. As the late great Freddie Kitchens said in his introductory press conference.
I want to see footage of that, if that actually happened.
I'll pull it up after the highlights.
That was a great clean stop in and out. As here comes Rossi. As he's now looking at his first podium of the year. So this is a big building block day for him.
Sticker blacks for Rossi. Great clean stop from that Auto Nation crew. Down and away.
But Felix Rosenquist, who has inherited the lead, has clear track ahead, and the reason he got as high as he is in this race is by staying out longer. Is he going to play the ultimate gamble here when the guys he's fighting with for the win of this race have already pitted?
Felix Rosenquist all sideways coming off the last
and
one.
Hinch, what the big advantage
Holy
here
crap.
as well is that pit lane is basically empty. He can
Went so fast he broke the camera.
with no distractions, not competing for pitting drivers and exiting drivers. This is very clever from the NCT data crew at Chip Ganassi Racing. Is it going to pay off for them?
Clear ins and clear outs are very important on the last second.
This is gonna be for the race.
Maybe caught him a little bit off guard, trying to get out of there. Hopefully the A does not hold him up this time. We see them set up there. He's on
I was about to say, this is a great angle of the pit stop, the bumper cam.
And it's a very clean stop.
Oh, there he goes.
Right at the pit exit here, but that inline
It's gonna be close.
stellar, as they're gonna
Oh.
go right here. I think Pato's got the advantage. He's going to have another
Wow.
big gap as
Yeah.
Rosenquist has got to get up to speed. I think that gap's going to grow back to about 6 or 7 seconds. That last lap was was a 156 for Rosenquist. The one before was a 51, so not great in laps as Pato now gets the lead back.
If they finish the way they are now in just 8 laps time, he'll rocket to second behind Scott Dixon. An incredible lead, aided by two, the non-finishers of Graham Rahal and Ryan Hunter-Ray when they were taken out on the opening lap of this race. Gap is down to 4.5 seconds. Here we go. Rosenquist keeps chewing in to O'Ward's lead. Another car.
More traffic. Helen up ahead, who's circulating at about a second a lap slower than Pato O'Ward. So now what does O'Ward do? If he goes too slow, if he lets Connor by, he might allow Rosenquist to get into the draft on these long straightaways.
Exactly.
I wouldn't let anybody by.
It's as close as we've seen it.
Lap car, to hell with him.
Here we go. It is on.
Oh man.
Decisions to make. He's got to make quick work of Dalton Kellett. Dalton will obviously play fair. He's not on the pace. And if he can put it
Guess this is why there's still 5 minutes left in the video with 5 laps to go.
We're gonna see all 5 laps.
I doubt that.
However, it's a distraction, and O'Ward now lets him by.
Oh, why would you let him by?
He's faster.
Yeah, but you're gonna be in his error. You got another slow car in front of him. Oh my god. Why would you do that? That's so stupid.
Kellett moves over. Smart move.
Now it's stupid.
Yeah, he's 3
He would have had
tenths
clean
behind
air
him.
now.
O'Ward has 26 seconds left.
Now that he's got clean air back, he's... Oh.
Yeah, that wasn't a very good move.
Good exit from O'Ward. Kept it nice and tidy right there. He hit his marks.
God.
Push to pass.
Oh.
He's closing.
Is he gonna do it?
He's
gonna do it. He's gonna do it.
Oh.
No.
O'Ward's going to be tough on the inside.
Watch the crossover.
Here we
Oh
go.
yeah.
Oh.
Oh.
Oh. Ah!
Wow,
Dear
look at him
fucking
slam.
God.
This is not going to work for O'Ward.
Oh.
Oh, does it?
Please to God, just let him go. Now let him go. Just don't crash.
Don't let him go. Race for the win.
Oh.
Crossover. There he goes. Oh, cross him up. Cross him up.
Fucking God.
There we go. There we go. Oh.
Just finish the race.
He's gonna be shit here because he's gonna have all that dirty air.
Finish the race.
Oh.
No, he's not as
And
fast.
this race is over.
Save those newer tires for when it matters.
It's going to be 4 for 4 for Ganassi.
With 1.5 laps to go, Rosenquist takes the lead.
And with 1.5 laps to go, Chip Ganassi is on his way to winning 4 of the first 4.
People thought it may have been Scott Dixon winning all 4 and matching a record that Alex Zanardi did within Chip Ganassi Racing. But it's Felix Rosenquist.
Damn, Dixon's way back
Like,
there.
that was like 22 years ago when he did
4
that.
miles to go.
Hey, white flag, last lap, bring it home. In a way, you almost feel like Rosenquist could thank Connor Daly for being the unfortunate guinea pig yesterday in that crash with O'Ward. It was exactly like yesterday, Paul, in terms of how they were positioned before that fast right-hander. O'Ward backed out today.
Absolutely. Just like I said at the opening of the show, we're seeing a changing of the guard. This new group of young drivers that have come into IndyCar. This is the future of IndyCar.
Well, trends were broken today. As far as pole positions, every pole until today was won by a Team Penske driver. Pato O'Ward changed that. Every race this year was won by Scott Dixon. Felix Rosenquist is within half a lap of changing that.
Yay.
What a weekend here at Road America. The first of 2 doubleheaders in 2 weekends. Iowa next weekend.
Oh, we have double Iowa next week.
Yep.
Changing of the guard. Not only that at the front, I mean, just look down the list all the way to P7. You've got Ericsson, Herta, Ferrucci, Pillow, all those young guns that have showed so much promise and technique and performance through testing in the early races, all realizing great results today.
Yeah, the first
Technique.
full-time bet is really Sato in 8th, so Newgarden in 9th. So
This is the new era of IndyCar, this young talent.
It's an important weekend for Alexander Rossi, a rebound weekend. But that's a secondary story. The primary story is this guy here, Felix Rosenquist. He was denied a victory by his teammate Dixon at Mid-Ohio last year by less than 1/10 of 1 second. Nobody is going to deny Felix Rosenquist victory here.
Wow.
Rosenquist is an IndyCar race winner.
Congratulations, race winner.
Yay!
Woo.
Hey Motorsports fans, thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe before you go for all the latest news and highlights across motorsports.
Where's the Freddie Kitchens thing?
I'm getting it. Here we go.
And whenever we do that, we will have something. Right now, we're just a bunch of good individual players. All right? Yeah, our roster looks great on paper. Whoop-de-hell. All right?
Have,
But at the end of the day, we better be a good team. And you start building that during this time of the year. And then training camp's a big portion of that. The thing that I think gets misconstrued a little bit with Odell is he loves people. All right? He loves to play the game. I truly feel like he loves being around his teammates. You know, as a coach, sometimes you look at the team as your family, but you know, at the end of the day, we're not family. Okay, family you're related to by blood. You've got a daughter. You've got everybody. At
Did he
home,
just
but
say we're not
there
family?
is a brotherhood.
I don't
so
know.
to speak, in the locker room.
I've moved on.
And I think with a lot of good players, they want to just feel that sense of brotherhood and you know, compassion and the passion that he brings to the field is kind of contagious. His skill set is, you know, I wouldn't say it's unmatched, but it's pretty close. I mean, he's of course one of the best players, you know, in the National Football League on any given Sunday. like a lot of great players, the one thing that they always strive to be on is a good team, I think, because sometimes, team accomplishments help individual players. So, and vice versa, the individual players help team accomplishments. So when you can marry the both together, that's when you really have something. You have something special. Players need to feel good about the guy lined up to his left and to his right, that these guys are going to come out of this thing with me, because adversity is going to hit. And at that point, we will find out what kind of team we have. It's not going to be initially. It's not going to be in training camp. It's not going to be in, second week of the season. I don't know when it's going to hit. But when it does, you'll find out what kind of team you have. And not until then. I mean, I think we're talented. Just like Coach Harbaugh said, we're talented. There's a lot of talent in this league. But you can go down through all the free agents we signed, and I probably shouldn't say this, but just see how many playoff games they've won. So it takes more than individuals. I know that for a fact.
I wonder if he says whoop-de-hell when they give him the wrong sandwich at Arby's.
I can learn to understand you much better if I can get familiar with the way you talk. I need your permission to help.
The fuck? Why would you not let Dontrell Willis pitch?
Going to go make some dinner. I'll be back in about 30 minutes or so.
Sounds good, sir. I'm going to do my MLB off season in the meantime.
Oh, did you get fired?
I'm about to.
Well, when you do get fired, save and copy the save file and send it to me, and then when I get back, I'll unfire you.
Will do. Thank you, sir.
Yes, I'll be back.
Congratulations to the 2009 World Series champions, Minnesota Twins. 106 and 56, playoff record 11 and 5.
One-on-One with Jane Mitchell, featuring the legends.
Legend, a famous or important person who is known for doing something extremely well. That is Ted Williams. Perhaps the greatest hitter the game has ever seen, the lanky San Diego Kid was the last major leaguer to hit 400, and he did it more than 70 years ago. This 2000 interview, conducted right here at the San Diego Hall of Champions and Sports Museum, is believed to be his last in-depth television interview. He died in Florida July 5, 2002, at 83 years old. While there was a well-publicized family controversy about his remains, that can't overshadow his extraordinary life. You don't have to be a baseball fan to appreciate his story, one about luck, loss, love, and learning, sometimes the hard way. Ted Williams, the player, his presence, his stature, his swing. At 6'4", 198 pounds, a look made for the job, the John Wayne of baseball. The Kid, the Splendid Splinter, Teddy Ballgame. Nicknames befitting a man whose statistics and style make for a remarkable career, a remarkable story.
I have to say I'm probably as lucky as you can be as an individual. Considering everything that's happened to me, a career with a lot of excitement connected to it, and I'm still kicking at 80-something. I know more than anybody else how lucky I've been.
30 years ago, Ted Williams told his life story in a book, My Turn at Bat. He wrote, "If there ever was a man born to be a hitter, it was me. As a kid, I wished on every falling star, please, let me be the hitter I want to be." Fate would have that wish come true for Teddy Samuel Williams, born August 30th, 1918 in San Diego. He and his younger brother Danny grew up in a little house at 4121 Utah Street in North Park, just a block and a half away from the playground on which Teddy Williams would begin his amazing journey. And from as early as he can remember, he had a bat in his hand.
I mean, it was baseball, baseball, baseball.
Where did you get the drive and that conviction to work at it so hard every day, even as a kid?
The most fun I ever had in my life was holding the bat and hitting a ball and then really hitting one on the button, and what a feel to just vibrate through my body. That, what a feeling.
His drive also was the result of essentially growing up by himself. His father, Sam, was a former Marine in World War I, a quiet man who owned a little photography store on Fifth Avenue downtown and didn't get home until late in the evening. His mother, May, from El Paso and of Mexican heritage, was dedicated to serving the poor.
My mother was with the Salvation Army. Her whole life was that. And she went that way, and my dad was going that way, and I was going out some other place.
His brother had leukemia and had no interest in baseball, and the two were never close. So Ted Williams filled a void and followed his heart with baseball, which motivated him to be the first to arrive every day at Garfield Elementary School.
It was easy for me to get up early in the morning and be there when that janitor got there. So he could open the clothes closet and we'd get in and get the ball and bat. Then I'd come on home in the afternoon, same thing. I had other kids or their fathers, and they were at the ball diamond. Opportunity galore.
Williams remembers well Rod Luscombe, the playground director at North Park.
He was just like a frustrated old ball player. Loved it, wanted to be with it. He was just as eager to practice with me as I was with him. I have always given him a lot of credit for stimulating my great desire.
He was young Ted's first real hero because he cared and taught him about the intricacies of facing different pitchers. With Williams getting up to 100 at-bats a day and with his keen eyesight, practice began to make perfect.
I always wanted to, as I started to play, to excel. And I had the opportunity, and I had some natural talent, and all of a sudden, why, I was a good hitter.
For 7 years, Williams played ball with Luscombe at the playground every day but Saturday. Saturday was for exploring San Diego's great outdoors. A landscape in the early 30s dotted less with traffic and more with natural targets.
I'd go down.
I hear more of the narrator than fucking Ted Williams.
Ladies and gentlemen, he wore the Red
Red Sox uniform for 22 years. He wore the uniform of the United States Marines for 4.5 more. He owned left field at this very ballpark. He was the last man to hit 400 in a season, and he did it 58 years ago. He hit 521 home runs, including one on his last at-bat. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the greatest hitter that ever lived, number 9, Hall of Famer, baseball legend, Ted Williams.
Well, you know what I told Boxy that, and I told Mattingly that. And they looked.
Ladies and gentlemen, and all the players on the field,
It's requested, please, that the all-century players
I'm glad I didn't have to hit it.
head for the canvas alley so that they can take a seat.
The legends of this game, today's stars, crowding around one of the greatest to ever play the game of baseball and one of the greatest to ever serve his country. We try as hard as we can and hope that this moment translates on television. The feelings that we're getting here at Fenway Park at this 70th Midsummer Classic. Just a moment, Ted Williams
My man right here. You're going to be everybody.
will throw out tonight's ceremonial first pitch.
Sorry I missed your party.
Joe,
but
Bob,
I
do you
got
find
no
yourself asking, can't this go on forever, to nobody in particular?
I personally hope it does, because I don't know if I can speak. What a moment.
Watch somebody like Mike Piazza, who Ted Williams told at a very young age when he was 16, when he was introduced to him, that you will be a major leaguer after seeing his swing. Ted Williams was right, and here tonight, Mike Piazza on hand to help celebrate one of the game's greatest players of all time. He is a star among stars, and on a night like this, that's saying a lot.
Whacking Mark McGuire on the left shoulder.
Now for the first pitch, Ted Williams is the pitcher, Carlton Fisk is the catcher.
Ted Williams will throw out tonight's ceremonial first pitch. He will throw it to Carlton Fisk. Kyle Yastrzemski on hand as well. A celebration here tonight in Boston, with help from Tony Gwynn.
Where is he? He's right there. Oh, all right.
Congratulations to Ted Williams. Congratulations to the game of baseball. Here tonight, a wonderful July night in Boston.
What is it about baseball that inspires us to dream? With the century coming to a close, we again come back to baseball, the great American game. In April of 1912, a ship named Titanic sank, and a ballpark named Fenway first opened its gates. In 1933, the first All-Star game was played, and with striking perfection, the Babe hit the game's first home run. Once again, it is summertime in America, and with its warmth comes the Midsummer Classic, and the park whose unique character makes it so special. And tonight, the legends of the game will come.
Hey! Is this heaven? No. It's Iowa.
A cornfield that was transformed into a field of dreams allowed America to again believe in baseball's magic. And tonight, for love of the game, the imagination of this country will once again be captured by all the players of the game today and by its storied past. It's the American League and the National League playing in the All-Star game, a game between baseball's best. The beauty of baseball is marked by its players, from the Babe to Mighty Mac, from the Splendid Splinter to Nomar, from Say Hey to Sammy. On no other night do baseball stars shine as brightly. The perfect 9 against 9, a piece of wood and some leather. These are the tools of their trade. People will always come back to baseball. They call it our passion.